All right, welcome to the first episode here of Homebody Pilates with Andrea. Now, I called this the first episode truly just because I was doing what I usually do, and I thought this is a great opportunity to record it. So if you wonder, what do we do at Homebody Pilates? This is it. So usually I would have a mic on, but because this was kind of impromptu, I'm doing a bit of a voiceover. And right here, you're watching pelvic tilts. Now, what's involved in that, as you can see, is just getting your pelvis, which is right at my waistband, to move forward and back and side to side. But in addition to the tilt is the glute engagement and all four corners of your feet pushed into the ground. And so when you're doing your squats here, just be aware that it is all the toes stay down. If the toes lift, then you've lost your stabilization because the big toe is your stabilizer, right? So it's with intention. So the foot placement here now is the most important. The goal is to keep the heels dug into the mattress or couch. That's the most important, right? With that slight knee bend, now we've got the posterior chain turned on, and you keep that posterior activation. That is one of the enlightening new pieces of education after 4 knee replacements is how important both the front of the leg and the back of the leg, and especially that quad. So in lifting this leg, it is first that quad activation, lifting the kneecap, keeping the glute engagement here, then lifting from that, right? You can bypass that muscle activation. So these are very purposeful. And then my right heel stays dug into the mattress, as you can see the indentation. And then hand placement in these roll downs plays a role. So most advanced is this. Interlaced fingers behind the head, elbows stay wide. Oh, I did fairly decent. Oh, I have that. Only because my spine's been rolled out. Now the point, yes, then we move right up to genie arms. And then the most accessible is here, arms outreached, and either palms face each other, palms face up, or palms face down. It is the positioning of the head of the humerus, so player's choice with that one. And then these roll downs are really intentional, right? So each part you try to go down with the breath, not try. Getting the lumbar, the low back down first, getting deeper, deeper. So it's almost as if you're rolling down and reaching your head forward until that last minute. And then as much push into the back of the ribs. And that full exhale takes you up slowly. Because we're not trying to bypass. A lot of times people pretty much from mid-back down don't have much mobility in the spine. And one of the beautiful things about doing this work on the couch is its malleability to your spine. So get as deep, as much as you reach the head forward as you are tilting the pelvis back. So it almost feels like you're humping the couch, right? Think about that. And then, of course, now digging those heels in, keeping everything turned on and turn those glutes to squeeze. Then as you go down, it is really a full meal deal. Yeah, that looks great. And, cycle through the different hand positions to find the one that's most accessible. We are not to struggle unless you like that. And if you do, that's you. But find the one that's most accessible. And you may see that depending, you'll move through them all or one. But remember, the most accessible is arms outreach. Okay, and now here's where you can really start to see where the mat exercises really come into play, right? Because if you're rolling down and you find you can't get up, you still keep your form, right? So yeah, digging in, that is right up straight the Kuchalanga. Now, hands are going to come behind the knees here in a minute, but here I'm digging into the couch and really just turning my glutes on so much where I'm like, I can't, and it feels inappropriate, just straight up the perineum there, right? Almost like the hips are flayed out. And then just keep engaging the glutes, keep squeezing them together, and then bring your heels together, form a V, and then point those toes away, right? Open the knees just a touch, and then engage the glutes even more, straight up. And if you don't know what the perineum is, the taint, right about there. You want everything to meet there. You are so open. Now we grab behind the knees here. I've been in it too long. Push in. Now grab behind the knees, and that's where that rolling like a ball, I'm pressing my spine into as I round the crown of the head forward. So it's all about that spinal mobility, right? Spinal mobility, get that core engagement, deep pelvic floor, right? Now, get deep. And as long as your arms are, keeping the hands behind the knees and get that stretch and keep rounding the spine back. You're going to feel almost choky. Then at the last minute, release to lay down, right? Then that full open mouth exhale is a slow leak. Push into the couch. Actively pull yourself forward. You're rounding so far forward that your spine reach back behind you. You want to open up, right? The more spinal fluid can get moving, the better for you. That is a full anterior muscular activation, and then everything straight, right through the perineum, and then this full spinal extension, and then breath, feel. But then now here, turn it on, get deep in it. In our studio, we phrase it the Kuchalanga, get in it, and then while you're squeezing, like those heels, you've got a straight line. And you should, right? The deviations are what we are correcting by doing the work, the awareness. No wonder. This is that shift. Now get it. Get deeper, right? Right now. And just get here. And maintaining connection. Because if you're not connected, none of this work takes hold, right? You don't get the connection. And after these surgical alignments, these exercises aren't exercises. How quickly muscles forget their way. So you must do the work. And here we are. This is so, again, each time we think we know about this work, I can tell you the connection. And like I say, I see my actual human instructor when he's in town. So 2 to 4 times a month. Right? And then this is the work that matters. So let's get it, right? Oh, let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. Ooh. Ooh. Yes.